On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Virus.
A tiny infectious organic material that causes disease in people, animals, and plants.
Examples:
Spread of the virus. A strain of virus. An infected person in the hospital will likely pass the virus to others.
Probable.
Likely to happen or likely to be true.
Examples:
Probable outcome. Probable cause of a fire. It seems probable that he has forgotten our scheduled meeting.
Unpleasant.
Not enjoyable or comfortable.
Examples:
Unpleasant behavior. With unpleasant body odor. It is unpleasant to see criminal behavior even though it is minor.
Devastating.
Causing a great deal of destruction or damage.
Examples:
Have devastating effects. Treat this devastating disease. This typhoon was the most devastating in years.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Opposition.
The act of disagreeing or resisting, the state of strong disagreement.
Examples:
Opposition campaign. Meet with opposition. The opposition party strongly disagreed with the government's proposed legislation.
Bacteriophage.
Also phage, a virus that infects and destroys bacteria.
Examples:
DNA-containing bacteriophage. Bacteriophage infection. Scientists are studying the use of bacteriophages to combat bacterial infections.
In-law.
A relative by marriage, such as a mother-in-law, brother-in-law, or sister-in-law.
Examples:
Future in-law. Meeting in-laws. My sister-in-law is a pediatrician who works in a children's hospital.
Surgeon.
A doctor who is trained to perform medical operations that involve cutting open a person's body.
Examples:
An excellent brain surgeon. Army surgeon. He is a skilled surgeon that has many years of training and experience.
Injury.
Harm done to a person's or an animal's body caused by an accident or an attack.
Examples:
Without injury. A fatal injury. My accidental injury got better right away.
Surgery.
Medical treatment of injuries or diseases involving an incision with instruments and often removing or replacing some parts of the body, the branch of medical science that treats disease or injury by operative procedures.
Examples:
Cardiac surgery. The professor of surgery. He had undergone heart surgery years before.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Chronic.
Being long-lasting and recurrent or characterized by long suffering, habitual.
Examples:
Risk of chronic disease. Chronic alcohol consumption. Chronic hyperglycemia is a trigger for a variety of serious diseases.
Bacteria.
Single-celled or non-cellular spherical or spiral or rod-shaped organisms that exist in large numbers in the air, water, and soil, and also in living and dead creatures and plants, and are often a cause of disease.
Examples:
Pathogenic bacteria. Harmless bacteria. Bacteria prevalent in hospitals are often resistant to antibiotics.
Infection.
A condition in which pathogenic microorganisms or viruses have entered the body.
Examples:
A bacterial infection. Treat the infection with antibiotics. Hospitals must meet various standards to prevent nosocomial infections.
Unfortunately.
By bad luck, unluckily.
Examples:
Unfortunately caught in a shower. Even more unfortunately. The treatments were done, but, unfortunately, were unsuccessful.
Antibiotic.
A substance or drug that kills or slows down the growth of bacteria.
Examples:
Antibiotic resistance. Antibiotic allergy. He has been prescribed an antibiotic to treat his infection.
Typical.
Having the usual characteristics or traits of a specific group of things.
Examples:
Typical leader. Fairly typical symptoms. This artwork is typical of her work.
Amputate.
To cut off a part of the body, especially by surgery.
Examples:
Amputate both legs. Amputate below the knee. Finally, they had to amputate his foot to free him from the wrecked car.
Desperate.
Feeling or showing a lack of hope and a willingness to do anything because of the problematic situation.
Examples:
Her desperate screams. Desperate attempt. He was desperate when he lost all his money by gambling.
Experimental.
Relating to or based on new ideas, forms, methods, etc. that have not been tried before, usually to find out what effect they have.
Examples:
experimental data, experimental design. The product is still in the experimental stage.
Resort.
A place where many people go for rest, sport, or another stated purpose. Verb, turn to or take a course of action, especially an extreme or undesirable one, to resolve a difficult circumstance.
Examples:
resort to desperate measures, a last resort. If both countries resort to nuclear deterrence, the consequence could be mutual destruction.
Heal.
To make a wound or injury to become well again.
Examples:
heal a broken bone, heal the hurt mind. It will take time for her mental scars to heal.
Fascinate.
To attract and hold the attention of someone deeply and irresistibly.
Examples:
fascinate the public, fascinate the young. The magic tricks fascinated the children.
Weird.
Extraordinary, unexpected, or difficult to explain.
Examples:
a weird dress, the state of being weird. My computer has been acting weird recently.
Conception.
A general idea or belief of what something or someone is like or should be, an understanding of a situation or a principle.
Examples:
a grand conception, the conception of the good. I have no conception of what you intend.
Medical.
Relating to the treatment of illness or injuries, relating to the practice of medicine.
Examples:
a medical opinion, temporary medical treatment. The medical team worked quickly to save the patient's life.
Quitter.
A person who gives up easily or does not have the determination to finish what they have started.
Examples:
easy quitter, serial quitter. He was labeled as a quitter after he abandoned the project halfway.
Electron.
A tiny particle with a negative electrical charge.
Examples:
flow of electrons, beam of electrons. The outermost electron shell determines the chemical properties of an atom.
Microscope.
An instrument used to see objects or substances that are too small to be seen with the naked eye.
Examples:
microscope slide, electron microscope. I used an optical microscope to observe the small organisms in the water sample.
Grain.
Wheat or any other small hard seeds used as a food, a relatively small granular particle of a substance.
Examples:
A grain of sand. Flour made from grain. Ordinary air purifiers cannot adequately remove pollen grains.
Prototype.
A first or preliminary example of something such as a device or vehicle from which other forms are developed.
Examples:
Complete a prototype product. Early prototype. The flying car is presently in the prototype stage.
Estimate.
To guess or calculate the cost, the size, value, etc. of something.
Examples:
Estimate of fair value. Estimate this chicken to weigh 3 pounds. We estimated the season's total trade deficit at $50 billion.
Infect.
To affect a person, an animal, or a plant with a disease-causing organism.
Examples:
Infect other animal species. Infect a computer with a virus. Children often infect parents with this head cold.
Hotbed.
A place or situation where something, such as a particular activity or problem, is developing or becoming more intense.
Examples:
A hotbed of vice. A hotbed of the drug trade. The city was a hotbed of political activism.
Hunt.
To go after and try to catch wild animals to kill them for food, sport, or profit.
Examples:
Hunt a job. Hunt after knowledge. Hounds hunt their prey by using their keen scent.
Render.
To bring someone or something into a particular state, to provide something such as service, help, etc.
Examples:
Render an assessment. Render the contract void. The jury must render a decision on this complex case.
Staphylococcus.
Also staph, a type of bacteria that can cause various types of infections in humans, including skin infections, pneumonia, and food poisoning.
Examples:
Staphylococcus aureus. Staphylococcus bacteria. The patient was diagnosed with a staphylococcus infection.
Boreas.
A type of bacteria, particularly the species Staphylococcus aureus, that can cause a range of infections in humans and animals, often resistant to antibiotics and can be difficult to treat. Adjective, golden or of golden Latin, relating to something that is gold-colored or has properties similar to gold.
Examples:
Aureus color. Aureus infection. Staphylococcus aureus is a type of bacteria that can cause skin infections.
Resistant.
Not affected by something, especially changes or new ideas, of or relating to immunity, to disease or infection.
Examples:
penicillin-resistant bacteria. Resistant to persuasion. Insects in urban areas are becoming resistant to insecticides.
Sensitive.
Able to notice slight changes, signals, or influences, able to feel or perceive others' feelings, susceptible to the things people say or do.
Examples:
sensitive documents. Baby with sensitive skin. The teacher is very sensitive to children's feelings.
Receptor.
An organ having nerve endings that respond to stimulation such as heat or cold and makes the body react in a particular way.
Examples:
cellular receptor. Receptor for HIV in humans. Hay fever occurs when a substance called histamine binds to receptors in the nose and eyes.
Lookout.
A person or group of people who are responsible for watching for danger or other potential threats and warning others of their presence.
Examples:
lookout team. On the lookout for danger. The lookout tower provided a clear view of the surrounding area.
Latch.
A device for holding a door or gate closed, typically a sliding bar or bolt.
Examples:
set the latch. Latch mechanism. The latch on the gate was broken, so the cows got loose.
Inject.
To put a liquid such as a drug or other substance into a person's or an animal's body using a needle and syringe equals small tube.
Examples:
inject under the skin. Inject a personal opinion into a debate. Let's try to inject a bit of enthusiasm into your performance.
Reprogram.
To modify or recreate a program.
Examples:
reprogram a device. Reprogram a database. He reprogrammed the computer's operating system to remove the safeguard.
Accumulate.
To collect or acquire a large number of things over a long period of time.
Examples:
accumulate cash value. Accumulate evidence. He has accumulated his wealth through real estate investments.
Release.
To set free or allow to escape from confinement.
Examples:
release a prisoner. Release CO2 into the air. The animal rights group worked to release the dolphins back into the wild.
Protein.
A molecule made up of a long chain of amino acids, which is essential for the structure and function of the body's tissues.
Examples:
stress protein. Protein synthesis. The body needs a certain amount of protein to build and repair tissues.
Disrupt.
To prevent or stop something, especially an event, activity, or process, from continuing in the usual way by causing a problem or disturbance.
Examples:
Disrupt a well-ordered condition. Disrupt sleep. I'm so sorry to disrupt you when you're pretty busy.
Scare.
To frighten a person or animal, or to become frightened.
Examples:
Scare off her attacker by screaming. Scare the birds away. We hit the ground to scare out the rabbits.
Multiply.
To add a number to itself a specified number of times, to increase or cause to increase very much in number or quantity.
Examples:
Multiply 5 and 6. Multiply about 100-fold. Multiply a number by itself twice.
Clue.
An object, a piece of evidence, or some information that helps someone to find the answer to a problem, question, or mystery.
Examples:
A clue about the crime. A clue to the diagnosis. The police couldn't find a clue to her whereabouts.
Principle.
A fundamental law or truth that explains or controls how something happens or works.
Examples:
Principle of treatment. Principle in business. Efficiency isn't an essential principle here, fairness is.
Evolution.
A gradual process of transformation of living things.
Examples:
Human evolution. Evolution theory. They study the evolution of the universe.
Tandem.
A device or arrangement that allows two or more things to be connected or work together in a coordinated manner. A bicycle built for two people to ride in a line, with one behind the other.
Examples:
Tandem approach. Tandem skydiving. The tandem bike ride was fun for the couple to enjoy together.
Yin.
In Chinese philosophy, the feminine or passive principle, characterized as darkness and the moon and associated with softness, wetness, and cold.
Examples:
Yin deficiency. Kidney yin. The concept of yin and yang is central to traditional Chinese philosophy.
Yang.
In Chinese philosophy, the masculine or active principle, characterized as light and the sun and associated with hardness, dryness, and heat.
Examples:
The yang principle. Embody yang energy. He saw the balance between the yin and yang as crucial for a harmonious life.
Prey.
The object of a hunt, an animal hunted or trapped for eating.
Examples:
Prey of beast. Become prey to terrorists. The majority of snakes swallow their prey whole.
Microscopic.
Tiny, exceedingly precise and detail-oriented, of or used in microscopy.
Examples:
Microscopic inquiry. Microscopic analysis. Inspectors noticed microscopic cracks in the submarine's hull.
Abundant.
Present in great quantity.
Examples:
Live an abundant life. An abundant supply of water. The country has abundant oil and natural gas resources.
Planet.
Any of the 9 large celestial bodies that circle in the solar system, any celestial body that revolves around a star.
Examples:
Planet like the Earth. Save the planet. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun.
Conform.
To comply with standards, rules, or expectations set by others, to agree with or match something.
Examples:
Conform to the ISO standard. Conform with popular opinion. The company's new policy requires all employees to conform to the dress code.
Regulatory.
Having the power to control or restrict something such as business or industry according to rules or principles.
Examples:
Regulatory cells. Compliance with regulatory requirements. In the past, Japanese banks were protected by regulatory control.
Norm.
Something that is regarded as usual, typical, or standard.
Examples:
Norm of action. Cultural norm. The systems we have developed has accepted as industry norms.
Creditor.
A person, company, etc., to whom a debtor owes money.
Examples:
The creditor's claims. Bankrupt creditor. I asked the lawyer to initiate creditor negotiations for voluntary liquidation.
Discovery.
The act or process of finding information, a place, or an object, or learning about something that was previously not known.
Examples:
A scientific discovery. The great discovery of the century. Her research team made an important discovery.
Bacillus.
A rod-shaped bacterium typically found in soil or water, some of which are responsible for causing disease in humans and animals.
Examples:
Bacillus infection. Aerobic bacillus. Scientists have discovered a new strain of the rod-shaped bacillus resistant to antibiotics.
Dysentery.
A disease of the bowels characterized by severe and bloody diarrhea, equals frequent and watery bowel movements.
Examples:
Amoebic dysentery. Dysentery epidemic. In some communities of the country, dysentery was the leading cause of death.
Severe.
Extremely serious or bad in feeling, manner, or strict and harsh, extremely strong or vigorous.
Examples:
severe heat, a severe case of pneumonia. The senator received severe criticism from his opponent.
Diarrhea.
A common digestive disorder with the frequent passage of loose, watery stools that can be caused by various factors such as infections, food poisoning, and certain medications.
Examples:
diarrhea-related dehydration, diarrhea with abdominal pain. I had a terrible case of diarrhea and couldn't stop going to the bathroom.
Invention.
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation, the act of inventing.
Examples:
the invention of new techniques. Common invention. Necessity is the mother of invention.
Patient.
A person who is receiving medical treatment, care, or attention from a healthcare professional, such as a doctor, nurse, or therapist, a personal quality or characteristic.
Examples:
patient in the hospital, patient with weight loss. The doctor carefully examined the patient's medical history.
Survive.
To live or exist despite a dangerous event or period.
Examples:
survive a blizzard, survive a plane crash. These birds can only survive in temperate climates.
Suppose.
To think that something is likely to be actual or possible.
Examples:
suppose you're right. Suppose beforehand. What do you suppose the culprit's motive was?
Ingenious.
Showing inventiveness and ability or skill.
Examples:
ingenious device, ingenious idea. I always look forward to reading his stories since they're so ingenious.
Experiment.
The scientific test conducted to observe what happens and gain new knowledge.
Examples:
experiment design, series of experiments. His experiments showed highly positive results.
Filter.
Any of several types of equipment or systems used to separate particles from liquids or gases or to remove specific forms of light.
Examples:
gas filter, clogged filter. Ozone is a primary filter to protect Earth's surface from harmful UV rays.
Cult.
A small religious group, especially one that is not part of a larger religion and that is regarded as outside the norm, followers of an exclusive system of beliefs and practices.
Examples:
cult members, cult's practices. The cult leader promised his followers that they would achieve enlightenment if they followed his teachings.
Observe.
To watch or notice something carefully, often to gather information or insights, to take note of something or someone, to celebrate or commemorate a special event or occasion.
Examples:
Observe a tradition. Observe wildlife. It is important to observe safety procedures in the workplace to prevent accidents.
Batch.
A quantity or group of things that are made or produced together and are considered to be the same or similar, an amount produced during a specified period of time or process.
Examples:
A batch of letters. Batch processing. I baked a batch of cookies for the office party.
Sequence.
A series of related events, actions, numbers, etc., which have a particular order.
Examples:
The sequence of the seasons. The DNA sequence. We do move forward with those tasks in sequence next week.
Conclude.
To come to an end or close, to reach a judgment or opinion by reasoning.
Examples:
Conclude a meeting. Conclude that he is healthy. We concluded a ceasefire.
Obvious.
Easy to see, discover, or understand.
Examples:
Obvious reasons. His conclusion was obvious. There are obvious differences between the two wine-producing regions.
Liquid.
A substance, such as water or oil, that flows freely and is neither a solid nor a gas.
Examples:
Colorless liquid. Hazardous liquid. The sponge takes up the liquid well.
Biology.
The scientific study of life and the natural processes of living things.
Examples:
Evolutionary biology. Cell and molecular biology. In junior high school, we had to dissect a frog in biology class.
Sufficient.
Adequate, enough for a particular purpose or requirement.
Examples:
Sufficient time. Self-sufficient economy. That candidate does not have sufficient means to win an election with certainty.
Invisible.
Impossible or nearly impossible to see.
Examples:
An invisible asset. Invisible stars. The phenomenon is invisible at optical wavelengths.
Microbe.
A tiny living thing that can only be seen with a microscope and that may cause disease.
Examples:
Pathogenic microbe. Microbe sterilizer. Microbes thrive on the surface of the human skin.
Translate.
To convert or change words into another language.
Examples.
Translate a document into English. Translate the emotion to a movement. Translate the text from Italian into English.
Fundamental.
Forming an essential base or core from which everything else develops or is affected.
Examples.
Fundamental education. Fundamental rights. Human behavior has fundamental characteristics.
Modern.
Of or belonging to the present time or recent times.
Examples.
Modern poetry. Pre-modern agricultural society. Their headquarters are in a modern skyscraper.
Microbiology.
The study of microorganisms, including bacteria, viruses, fungi, and algae, and their role in various fields such as medicine, agriculture, and the environment.
Examples.
A specialist in microbiology. Microbiology laboratory. The field of microbiology includes the study of bacteria, fungi, viruses, and other microorganisms.
Technique.
A particular way or art of doing something that needs skill.
Examples.
A technique in martial arts. The technique applied to construction. Jockey's superior technique brought him victory.
Genome.
The complete set or sequence of genes of a human, animal, plant, or other living things.
Examples.
Sequencing of the human genome. Genome analyses. The human genome contains approximately 3 billion chemical base pairs.
Edit.
To prepare written material for publication by correcting, condensing, or otherwise modifying it.
Examples.
Edit a history book. Edit a video. I need to edit this document before submitting it to my boss.
Chemistry.
The branch of the natural sciences dealing with the composition of substances and their properties and reactions.
Examples.
Professor of chemistry. The chemistry of soil. He is familiar with chemistry and biology.
Announce.
To make something known or officially inform people about something.
Examples.
Announce candidacy. Announce the award winners. The third season of the anime show has been announced.
Immediately.
Now or without delay.
Examples.
Immediately recall a product. Write him an answer immediately. A suspension order from the court is effective immediately.
Reliable.
Worthy of being relied on, trustworthy.
Examples:
reliable access, guarantee reliable delivery. Trains are reliable, inexpensive, and ideal for long-distance travel.
Preparation:
the activity of getting ready for something or making something ready.
Examples:
a preparation program, the preparation of meals. He helped me with the preparation of this book.
Chemical:
relating to or connected with chemistry.
Examples:
toxic chemicals, a chemical compound. The firm has grown into a large chemical manufacturing.
Emerge:
to move out of or away from something and become visible.
Examples:
emerge as a butterfly, emerge from poverty. During colonial eras, new migratory patterns emerged.
Medicinal:
of or relating to the treatment or cure of disease.
Examples:
medicinal chemistry, traditional medicinal. The medicinal properties of this herb have been known to help with various ailments.
Contribute:
to give something, especially money or goods, to provide or achieve something together with other people.
Examples:
contribute a large sum of money to the fund. Contribute to society. Government workers cannot contribute to political campaigns.
Penicillin:
an antibiotic drug derived from mold and used to treat bacterial infections.
Examples:
penicillin allergy, penicillin sensitivity testing. The doctor prescribed penicillin to treat the bacterial infection.
Inhibit:
to prevent something, such as an action, process, etc., from happening or make it less likely to happen than normal.
Examples:
inhibit desires, inhibit tumor growth. Excessive parental interference may inhibit children's eagerness to learn.
Broad:
very wide, general.
Examples:
attract broad attention, a broad mind. He accumulated wealth across a broad spectrum of assets.
Spectrum:
an ordered array of colors into which a light beam can be split.
Examples:
a broad spectrum of opinion. Infrared spectrum. This device displayed the speech spectrum spectrographically.
Bunch:
a grouping of several similar things which are growing or fastened together.
Examples:
a bunch of trees, a bunch of schoolgirls. One bad apple spoils the whole bunch.
Advantage:
A condition or circumstance that puts one in a favorable or superior position, a beneficial feature or asset that someone or something has.
Examples:
Score an advantage. Take advantage of his weak points. One of the main advantages of the new product is its increased efficiency.
Suspect.
To consider anything to be true or probable.
Examples:
Suspect a plot. Suspect that he is sick. The cops suspected him of being the killer.
Recover.
To return to a former condition, health, mind, or strength.
Examples:
Recover a loss. Recover approval ratings. She is still recovering from a shot to her shoulder.
Therapy.
The act of caring for someone through medication, remedial training, etc.
Examples:
Therapy for a patient. Field of gene therapy. I underwent aversion therapy for my addiction to alcohol.
Tremendous.
Very great in degree or extent or amount or impact, extremely good.
Examples:
Tremendous amount. Tremendous popularity. We had a tremendous time yesterday.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
Cognitive complexity. Complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Intervention.
The action or process of being done to improve or help a circumstance, often they have not been asked to do so.
Examples:
Intervention by foreign powers. Surgical intervention. This intervention does not require the patient's consent.
Contract.
A legally binding agreement between two or more parties, setting out their rights and obligations to each other, typically in writing and enforceable by law.
Examples:
Employment contract. Contract law. The company signed a contract with a supplier for the delivery of goods.
Extent.
The point or degree or area to which something extends.
Examples:
Certain extent. The extent of the damage. I was amazed at the extent of her generosity.
Superbug.
A strain of bacteria that is resistant to multiple types of antibiotics, making it difficult or impossible to treat with traditional medications.
Examples:
Superbug outbreak. Superbug infection. The hospital is battling a superbug that is resistant to antibiotics.
Evolve.
To develop gradually, or to cause the development of something or someone gradually.
Examples:
Evolve. Evolve over the past decade. Eyeless fish evolved in dark caves.
Onslaught.
A fierce or violent attack, a sudden and intense outburst of something, usually negative.
Examples:
Onslaught of criticism. Urban onslaught. The village was unprepared for the sudden onslaught of the enemy army.
Adapt.
To make fit for or change to suit a new purpose or environment.
Examples:
Adapt fully to the environment. Adapt as needed. I advised him to adapt to his new surroundings.
Commit.
To do something illegal or wrong.
Examples:
Commit suicide. Commit mistakes. The military has committed an abuse of human rights.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
Government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Comp.
Short for compensate, meaning to give goods or services to someone without asking for payment.
Examples:
Comp their meal. Comp the employees with a bonus. The casino comped her room and meals for being a high-rolling gambler.
Cancer.
Abnormal growth of cells that can invade and destroy surrounding tissues and organs. A disease characterized by the uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells.
Examples:
Cancer diagnosis. Cancer research. Breast cancer is the most common type of cancer in women.
Stick.
To put something, usually a sharp object, into something, noun, a thin piece of wood or other material.
Examples:
Stick a key in a lock. Fire stick. You stick a bill in the change machine, and the coins pop out.
Impressive.
Arousing admiration due to size, quality, or skill.
Examples:
Impressive performances. An impressive array of facts. The budget reduction was an impressive feat for our nation.
Resistance.
The act of defending oneself from an aggressor or refusing to accept something.
Examples:
Resistance movement. Resistance to insulin. The bill to increase the consumption tax had passed despite much resistance from the public.
Identify.
To recognize someone or something and say or prove who or what they are.
Examples:
Identify handwriting. Identify gene sequences. I will introduce you to how to identify the leading causes of the malfunction.
Pathogen.
A bacterium, virus, or other microorganism that causes disease.
Examples:
Plant pathogen. The pathogen in the air. mRNA vaccines are approved faster because they do not contain inactivated pathogens.
Associate.
To mentally connect someone or something with someone or something else.
Examples:
Associate alcohol with gambling. Associate with people widely. The majority of consumers associate this brand with quality.
Pharmaceutical.
Relating to the production and selling of the medical drugs.
Examples:
Major pharmaceutical companies. Commercial pharmaceutical products. She gave money to help set up a pharmaceutical laboratory.
Globe.
The earth or world, mainly used to emphasize its vastness.
Examples:
Terrestrial globe. Around the globe. His final goal is to sail around the globe.
Clinical.
Of or relating to the examination and treatment of patients rather than theoretical or laboratory studies.
Examples:
Clinical surgery. Participate in clinical trials. She received special clinical training at the hospital.
Underway.
Having started and currently in progress.
Examples:
Just getting underway. Campaign now underway. This project has been underway for several years.
Convinced.
Completely certain about something, having a strong belief or conviction in a particular religion.
Examples:
Convinced of the idea. Convinced criminal. The public is convinced that the Prime Minister has committed fraud.
Verge.
The point at which something is about to happen or where something begins, the edge or margin of something, particularly a physical boundary or border.
Examples:
Verge of bankruptcy. On the verge of tears. He stood on the verge of a major discovery.
Renaissance.
A new growth in activity or enthusiasm in anything, particularly art, literature, or music.
Examples:
Artistic Renaissance. Industrial Renaissance. Folk music is now experiencing a renaissance.
Depict.
To illustrate someone or something in a photograph.
Examples:
Depict a scene. Depict a feeling of isolation. His son had accurately depicted the bloom.
Superhero.
A A fictional hero who possesses extraordinary powers and abilities and is dedicated to protecting the public.
Examples:
Superhero movies. Superhero comics. Superman is a classic superhero known for his superhuman strength and flying ability.